The U-2 incident, spy planes, denials, and the moment diplomacy snapped. A spy plane falls from the edge of space. The pilot survives. The lie collapses. And with it, years of fragile diplomacy. May 1960. The Cold War is tense, but cautiously stabilizing. The United States and the Soviet Union are preparing for a summit meant to ease nuclear fears. Then, one aircraft crosses one border, and everything unravels. Why this moment matters. To understand the U-2 incident, we need to understand fear. In the 1950s, the United States knows very little about Soviet nuclear capability. There is no satellite reconnaissance, no real-time surveillance, only estimates and worst-case assumptions. American leaders fear a missile gap. The solution is secrecy. The birth of the U-2, the answer comes from altitude. The U-2 spy plane is designed to fly higher than any interceptor above 70,000 feet. At that height, it can photograph missile sites, airfields, nuclear facilities. The missions are risky, but considered necessary. Myth versus reality. Myth. The U-2 was untouchable. Reality. Soviet air defenses were improving rapidly. What feels safe today can become vulnerable overnight. The pilot. The pilots are not regular Air Force aviators. They are selected for extreme endurance, calm under isolation, ability to fly alone for hours. One of them is Francis Gary Powers. On the 1st of May 1960, he takes off from Pakistan on a mission that will cross the Soviet Union. He is not supposed to survive a shootdown. He carries a self-destruct charge, a poison pin. Neither will be used. The mission. Powers enters Soviet airspace. Soviet radar tracks him. Surface-to-air missiles are launched. One detonates near the aircraft. The U-2 breaks apart. Powers ejects. Against expectations, he survives. The survival of the pilot changes everything. Pause and think. If secrecy is the mission, what happens when the secret lives? The first lie. The United States assumes the aircraft is destroyed. Officials issue a statement. A weather research plane has gone missing. The story seems plausible. Then Moscow responds. The Soviets announce. They have the wreckage. They have the pilot alive. The lie is exposed. Myth versus reality. Myth. The cover story failed due to poor planning. Reality. It failed because the pilot survived. Khrushchev's trap. Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev delays revealing full details. He lets the U.S. double down on its denial. Only then does he release photos of the pilot. The aircraft remains captured equipment. It is a public humiliation. The espionage is undeniable. The damage is no longer secret, it is global. If you value real history told with clarity and consequence, subscribe to Mission Debrief. The trial Powers is put on trial in Moscow. He confesses to espionage. Some in the U.S. label him a traitor. Others argue he followed orders exactly. He is sentenced to prison but treated carefully. The real target isn't the pilot, it's American credibility. Should individuals bear the cost of state decisions? The summit that collapsed. Just weeks later, a major summit is scheduled in Paris. Hopes are high. Khrushchev demands a public apology, a promise to end overflights. President Eisenhower refuses to apologize. The talks collapse. Years of diplomatic momentum vanish in hours. Sometimes one incident outweighs years of negotiation. Espionage goes public. The U-2 incident exposes a truth everyone suspected but denied. Both sides spy, constantly. The difference now is visibility. The Cold War becomes more rigid. Trust erodes further. Prisoner exchange. In 1962, Powers is exchanged for a Soviet spy held by the U.S. The swap happens quietly on a bridge in Berlin. The Cold War continues. The incident fades from headlines but not from policy. Consequences for surveillance. The U-2 incident changes strategy. The U.S. accelerates. Satellite reconnaissance, unmanned surveillance, space-based intelligence. The age of human pilots over hostile territory begins to end. Technology replaces risk, but miscalculation remains. Human cost and judgment. Powers lives with controversy for years. Some see him as a pawn, others as a professional caught in history. The incident reminds leaders. Secrecy has limits. Denial has consequences. Is secrecy sustainable in the long term? Outcome. Impact, modern relevance, outcome, diplomacy collapses, trust erodes. Impact, the Cold War hardens, surveillance evolves. Lesson, when secrets fall from the sky, consequences follow. Modern relevance, from drones to cyber espionage, the U-2 incident proves one truth. Espionage doesn't just gather information, it shapes history. Did the U-2 incident make war more likely or prevent greater surprises later? Thanks for watching.